What's up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new studio sessions. Today I'm gonna teach you about build-ups. I'm gonna take an existing track, Closer and Closer, which was on my album, so the final product is on Spotify, you can check it out. But I stripped the whole project, so I just left the break melody and then the melody climax, and then in between I removed all the drums, all the elements that were creating the build-up, and I'm gonna recreate or just make a new build-up basically. That way you can see my thought process, how I would approach it, and how to make an exciting build-up. Let's get into it. Okie dokie, we're in the project. So this is what I have: the break, the melody, and then the melody drop. And I just removed the build-up that was there. So that's there, and now we're just gonna build a completely new build-up. I would usually start with drums. I always throw my percussion things in a sampler. That's like my standard crash. Because that way I can easily copy MIDI stuff and replace later. It's probably going to be something like this. Ding, 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 ding. And then the last bar I'm going to leave open for a little pre-drop thing with like a snare roll and that kind of stuff. Let's put a 909 clap. See, and now I can just copy that MIDI block. Let's put that to one shot. Put some distortion, EQ, and a little bit of reverb. Just already blend this a little bit in volume. Just a snare. This is the snare I always use. It's like my standard snare. Let's make that a bit more exciting than just 4x4. Let's go with dun 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 dun, like that. And then we'll turn down these little ghost notes for some groove. And turn those up. Like that. And then we'll just do a normal dun 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 dun. Like that. And then we'll pitch them up. Maybe just only the second half. And let me just switch this to a sampler. And then turn this to 12, so it goes up 12 notes. It's getting shorter, but in the whole track you won't really notice that. Let me just right away throw in another snare. I'm just picking Cashmere because I guess everyone has that. And I'll just link that, so I'll just click this in button so it's receiving MIDI, and then I can just take the MIDI from that other snare and then it will just follow along. Of course, I'll set that one also to 12. Let's just group those. I'll put a little bit of reverb and a little bit of OTT. That is a nice way to like beef it up a bit. So yes, OTT after the reverb, so it gets nice and pumpy. Then a little low cut. And then you will see me do this all the time, utility, to cut off the reverb bleed at the end. So I'll just copy that to the other channels as well. Let's put a house kick. That can just follow this clap. And then just go double speed there. And then increase again there. And then I would probably use and then I would just do a low cut. You can already hear that it's way too loud. Okay, that's basic percussions. Let me just put some sweeps and stuff. Sweep down, just the white noise. Put also a reversed one, crossfade. That can also be there. One thing I use in literally every track, and everyone that has collaborated with me knows this one, because that's my standard thing that I bring to collabs. The hard driver pitch sweep. Guaranteed sick build-up element. It's a screech, a riser, but it works really well. I think I made this one for bass drops. So that's 2014. Okay, let's just take, what should we do? All kick. And then we have to just have this house kick come in with the low end. Okay. Now let's just do a pre-drop snare roll. I would really just use cashmere stuff for now, which is, I have some rolls that I already made myself by combining cashmere stuff. I'll be completely honest. But I think everyone has the spec, so you can just follow along and see how you could combine things. Find one that's cool. Short fill. That one's cool. I'm pretty sure they're all 128. This could be a nice maybe that one. For tutorial's sake, I'm not gonna spend too much time on finding the perfect loop. It's more to show you the effect. Yeah, that one is actually not that good. Let me just rearrange it a bit. Hard snare. That. And then maybe a nice snare on the offbeat. Let's just group that. Reverb OTT, and just glue that a bit together. Maybe like that. And I'll add a little riser that I always use from Virtual Riot, this one. And let me just cut the bleed again of the reverb. Okay, let's make another riser with Serum. I do have Serum too, but yeah, I still have to dive into it. So I'm just gonna use this one for now. Let's just make something basic. So 8 bars, so that's gonna stop there. Have it increase the detune over time. Put a high pass that is gonna move up and have it increase the resonance. I'll fine tune these later. Some hyper, some reverb, some compression. Reverb has to rise as well. And then it has to rise in its entirety. So maybe 3 octaves. 4, 48. And then this track is a C minor. Okay. That's pretty cool. And that's gonna stop there. So now you can hear this filter is way too high already. And let's turn this up even higher. Again, copy our utility with the cut, with the mute, sorry. And then I'll just add some auto pan to give this some movement. That is just gonna increase over the 8 bar or the 7 bars. Okay, nice. Let's put let's just take a random synth shot thing. Something weird. I think this will match pretty good. C sharp. Pitch that up as well. Boom, 12 notes. I like to just take some random elements sometimes. put a 1/8 echo. Yeah, you can just use a simple one-shot thing and make a nice riser out of it. Okay, let's have a look at the melody and use the melody also, of course, in the build-up. Let's take the first note, that note, and use that as a... That's it? No, of course not. We're gonna filter that in. Let me just solo this. And then we can pitch that up. Pretty sure all the synths are at +12. I usually leave the first note untouched so it starts on the correct note and then it goes up. You can hear the volumes are a bit out of balance, but we'll fix that afterwards. I'll just turn down the gain a little bit, not completely, because I don't like that whole reverb dump at the end. And of course here it has to be back at 0. Then the chords will do the same thing. I'll just copy that MIDI transpose data. Paste that on the chords. All right, let's take the vocal and then see what we can do with that. Would be logical to repeat the closer and closer. Let's just put it on a new track for now because I want to distort that a little bit. Closer, closer. Here I want to do closer, closer to you. So that has to go up. First I'll peak, distort to make this stand out a bit more. I'll just group this thing, then I can do the rest of the editing. Have it go through the same processing. So now I'll just take this U. I'll just bounce that because this vocal is +6. throw it in a sampler. Then I'll turn that, nope, not to a sampler. Turn the sampler to a drum sampler. And in the new beta, you have these really cool functions to make these cool loop effects. So we'll just have that speed up like this. Just fine tune it a bit. Something like that. Bounce in place, pitch it up. Complex Pro, click, boom, 12. Here, this is already, this was still left from the original project. There is already an auto pan that's coming up and increasing to give more space in the build-up. Okay, let's put the piano from the break. Let's just repeat this loop. And also have it build up. Just like that. Let's put a bit crusher, redux. And then maybe also a shifter. See what happens when you combine these. No idea. Okay, one thing I forgot is my signature snare that I usually put before like a pre-drop. I usually do it like that. Now I set it, you will probably notice it in some of my tracks. But this works pretty well. Let's also make a pre-kick roll thing. Maybe +7. Okay, cool. A bit shorter. And in the original track, there's the "all right, now here we go" sample here. So just imagine that's there as well. And now that I have this kick, I might as well make some kick smash thing. So EQ, distort, and then maybe a Valhalla to make like a gong, gong kick smash thing. Crank it up. Yeah, and then we'll just stretch this. maybe an echo. I'm literally just trying things as we go. I'll put that before the distortion because I want this to be a bit more big. And this could be also take out a bit of low end because we already have enough. And then I will just group that together or like merge it and then have it go up. See how that sounds. And then I'll use one of these wash racks that I made. It's a bit like Endless Smile, but I was a bit tired of Endless Smile, so I thought let's just make a few myself. I'll put these in the description so you guys can download them for free. It's 3 variations. I'll just show you what it does. So it's just a nice way to have something wash out. And I'll even throw one on the whole track. Let's see how this works. Just a little bit at the end maybe. And then that one, of course, again needs a utility to be chopped off. Like that. Okay, let's make one more of a rhythmic riser. Just something simple that's like dun, 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 on the kick. So maybe 1/8, automate the filter, and let's add some white noise as well. OTT, distort that, distort that biatch. OTT. Then again, we'll have this pitch up over the time of 8 bars. So LFO2 is going to the master tune, maybe 2 octaves, envelope. And let's have this automate the sync as well. And then this one, of course, needs the same. Okay, and then we'll automate, or I'll just draw in that 1/8 speed. So that will go faster. And this needs to be... See, now I can have this go faster. The other way around. And then I think this should go up 2 octaves, or maybe 3, why not? And let me just throw in a little low cut that is also gonna come up. And also have the resonance increase. low cut it. And I'll just automate this this EQ as well, so it removes out a bit of junk and it just disappears. Again, volumes are a bit out of balance, so let's turn it down a little bit more. Of course, when you're really producing a track, then you would do this a bit more with a bit more effort, but it's just to show you the idea of making that build up. Let me also add a brass thing. See what I can find. Maybe that one, but then I'll go one octave up. So it's a C, we need C sharp, so 13 notes up. Bounce in place. Complex Pro, pitch it up 12. Let's go. No, that's not the right vocal. I was searching for the all right, now here we go. But that's not on this, it's on my backup drive. Low cut this a bit. Something is bleeding out. I think it's the vocal, maybe. Okay, so it's the reverb. That's, of course, this is pitching up, so this reverb is going to have a high note. Then I will just turn it off and on. Usually that works. Let's see. I still hear it a little bit because it's also in the echo, but if this was the real production, then I would just bounce it and do it separately. Okay, I think that's a good example of a drop build-up. That works pretty well. It delivers the energy, it builds some tension towards the drop, which is what you want. I'm just using the basic elements that are already in the track. So that's how I would approach it. I hope you guys find this useful. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to drop them in the comments. Don't forget to check the description for the link to the wash racks that you can use in your own tracks if you're an Ableton user. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you check byteaudioworks.com if you need anything, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.